Jeremiah chapter 36. And in the 4th year of Jehoiakim, son of Josiah, king of Judah, came this word unto Jeremiah from the Lord, saying, Take thee a roll or book, and write therein all the words that I have spoken to thee against Israel, and against Judah, and against the nations, from the day that I spake unto thee, even from the days of Josiah, even unto this day. It may be that the house of Judah will hear of all the evil which I determined to do unto them, that they may return every man from his evil way, that I may forgive their iniquity and their sins. Then Jeremiah called Baruch, the son of Neriah, and Baruch wrote at the mouth of Jeremiah all the words of the Lord which he had spoken unto him upon a roll or a book. And Jeremiah commanded Baruch, saying, I am shut up and cannot go into the house of the Lord. Therefore go thou and read the roll therein. Thou hast written at my mouth the words of the Lord in the audience of the people in the Lord's house upon the fasting day. Also thou shalt read them in the hearing of all Judah that come out of their cities. It may be that they will pray before the Lord, and every one return from his evil way. For great is the anger and the wrath that the Lord hath declared against this people. So Baruch, the son of Neriah, did according unto all that Jeremiah the prophet commanded him, reading in the book the words of the Lord in the Lord's house. And in the 5th year of Jehoiakim, son of Josiah, king of Judah, in the 9th month, they proclaimed a fast before the Lord to all the people in Jerusalem, and to all the people that came from the cities of Judah unto Jerusalem. Then read Baruch in the book the words of Jeremiah in the house of the Lord, in the chamber of Gemariah the son of Shaphan the secretary, in the higher court at the entry of the new gate of the Lord's house, in the hearing of all the people. When Micaiah the son of Gemariah the son of Shaphan had heard out of the book all the words of the Lord, then he went down to the king's house, into the chancellor's chamber, and lo, all the princes sat there, even Elishama the chancellor, and Delaiah the son of Shemaiah, and Elnathan the son of Achbor, and Gemariah the son of Shaphan, and Zedekiah the son of Hananiah, and all the princes. Then Micaiah declared unto them all the words that he had heard when Baruch read in the book in the audience of the people. Therefore all the princes sent Jehudi the son of Nethaniah, the son of Shelemiah, the son of Cushai, unto Baruch, saying, Take in thine hand the roll wherein thou hast read in the audience of the people, and come. So Baruch the son of Neriah took the roll in his hand, and came unto them. And they said unto him, Sit down now and read it, that we may hear. So Baruch read it in their audience. Now when they had heard all the words, they were afraid, both one and another, and said unto Baruch, We will certify the king of all these words. And they examined Baruch, saying, Tell us now how thou didst write all these words at his mouth. Then Baruch answered them, He pronounced all these words unto me with his mouth, and I wrote them with ink in the book. Then said the princes unto Baruch, Go, hide thee, thou and Jeremiah, and let no man know where ye be. And they went in to the king to the court, but they laid up the roll in the chamber of Elishama the chancellor, and told the kings all the words that he might hear. So the king sent Jehudi to fetch the roll, and he took it out of Elishama the chancellor's chamber, and Jehudi read it in the audience of the king, and in the audience of all the princes which stood beside the king. Now the king sat in the winter house in the 9th month, and there was a fire burning before him. And when Jehudi had read 3 or 4 sides, he cut it with the penknife, and cast it into the fire that was on the hearth, until all the roll was consumed in the fire that was on the hearth. Yet they were not afraid, nor rent their garments, neither the king nor any of his servants that heard all these words. Nevertheless Elnathan and Delaiah and Gemariah had besought the king that he would not burn the roll, but he would not hear them. But the king commanded Jerahmeel, son of Hamelech, and Seraiah the son of Ezrael, and Shelemiah the son of Abdiel, to take Baruch the scribe and Jeremiah the prophet, but the Lord hid them. Then the word of the Lord came to Jeremiah, after that the king had burnt the roll and the words that Baruch wrote at the mouth of Jeremiah, saying, Take thee again another roll, and write in it all the former words that were in the first roll which Jehoiakim king of Judah hath burnt. And thou shalt say to Jehoiakim king of Judah, Thus saith the Lord, Thou hast burnt this roll, saying, Why hast thou written therein, saying that the king of Babel shall certainly come and destroy this land, and shall take thee thence both man and beast? Therefore thus saith the Lord of Jehoiakim king of Judah, He shall have none to sit upon the throne of David, and his dead body shall be cast out in the day to the heat, and in the night to the frost. And I will visit him and his seed and his servants for their iniquity, and I will bring upon them and upon the inhabitants of Jerusalem and upon the men of Judah all the evil that I have pronounced against them. They would not hear. Then took Jeremiah another roll, and gave it to Baruch the scribe, son of Neriah, which wrote therein at the mouth of Jeremiah all the words of the book which Jehoiakim king of Judah had burnt in the fire. And there were added besides them many like words. Jeremiah chapter 37. And King Zedekiah the son of Josiah reigned, or Coniah the son of Jehoiakim, whom Nebuchadnezzar king of Babel made king in the land of Judah. But neither he nor his servants, nor the people of the land, would obey the words of the Lord, which he spake by the ministry of the prophet Jeremiah. And Zedekiah the king sent Jehucal the son of Shelemiah, and Zephaniah the son of Maaseiah the priest, to the prophet Jeremiah, saying, Pray now unto the Lord our God for us. Now Jeremiah went in and out among the people, for they had not put him into prison. Then Pharaoh's host was come out of Egypt, and when the Chaldeans that besieged Jerusalem heard tidings of them, they departed from Jerusalem. Then came the word of the Lord unto the prophet Jeremiah, saying, Thus saith the Lord God of Israel, Thus shall ye say to the king of Judah, that sent you unto me to inquire of me, Behold, Pharaoh's host, which is come forth to help you, shall return to Egypt into their own land. And the Chaldeans shall come again, and fight against this city, and take it, and burn it with fire. Thus saith the Lord, Deceive not yourselves, saying, The Chaldeans shall surely depart from us, for they shall not depart. For though ye had smitten the whole host of the Chaldeans that fight against you, and there remained but wounded men among them, yet should every man rise up in his tent, and still burn the city with fire. And the host of the Chaldeans was broken up from Jerusalem because of Pharaoh's army. Then Jeremiah went out of Jerusalem to go into the land of Benjamin, separating himself thence from among the people. When he was in the gate of Benjamin, there was a chief officer, whose name was Urijah, son of Shelemiah, the son of Hananiah. And he took Jeremiah the prophet, saying, Thou fleest to the Chaldeans. Then said Jeremiah, That is false. I flee not to the Chaldeans. But he would not hear him. So Urijah took Jeremiah and brought him to the princes. Wherefore the princes were angry with Jeremiah, and smote him, and laid him in prison in the house of Jehonathan the scribe, for they had made that the prison. When Jeremiah was entered into the dungeon and into the prisons, and had remained there a long time, then Zedekiah the king sent and took him out. And the king asked him secretly in his house, and said, Is there any word from the Lord? And Jeremiah said, Yea, for, said he, Thou shalt be delivered into the hand of the king of Babel. Moreover Jeremiah said unto King Zedekiah, What have I offended against thee, or against thy servants, or against this people, that ye have put me in prison? Where are now your prophets, which prophesied unto you, saying, The king of Babel shall not come against you, nor against this land? Therefore hear now, I pray thee, O my lord the king. Let my prayer be acceptable before thee, that thou cause me not to return to the house of Jehonathan the scribe, lest I die there. Then Zedekiah the king commanded that they should put Jeremiah in the court of the prison, and that they should give him a daily piece of bread out of the baker's street, until all the bread in the city were eaten up. Thus Jeremiah remained in the court of the prison. Jeremiah chapter 38. Then Shephatiah the son of Matan, and Gedaliah the son of Pashur, and Jucal the son of Shelemiah, and Pashur the son of Malchiah, heard the words that Jeremiah had spoken unto all the people, saying, Thus saith the Lord, He that remaineth in this city shall die by the sword, by the famine, and by the pestilence. But he that goeth forth to the Chaldeans shall live, for he shall have his life for a prey, and shall live. Thus saith the Lord, the city shall surely be given into the hand of the king of Babel's army, which shall take it. Therefore the princes said unto the king, We beseech you, let this man be put to death, for he thus weakeneth the hands of the men of war that remain in the city, and the hands of all the people, in speaking such words unto them. For this man seeketh not the wealth of this people, but their hurt. Then Zedekiah the king said, Behold, he is in your hands, for the king can deny you nothing. Then took they Jeremiah and cast him into the dungeon of Malchiah, the son of Hamelech, that was in the court of the prison. And they let down Jeremiah with cords, and in the dungeon there was no water but mire. So Jeremiah stuck fast in the mire. Now when Ebed-melech, Black Moor, one of the eunuchs which was in the king's house, heard that they had put Jeremiah in the dungeon, then the king sat in the gate of Benjamin. Then Ebed-melech went out of the king's house and spake to the king, saying, My lord the king, these men have done evil, and all that they have done unto Jeremiah the prophet, whom they have cast into the dungeon, and he dieth for hunger in the place where he is, for there is no more bread in the city. Then the king commanded Ebed-melech the Black Moor, saying, Take from hence 30 men with thee, and take Jeremiah the prophet out of the dungeon before he die. So Ebed-melech took the men with him, and went to the house of the king under the treasury, and took there old rotten rags, and old worn clouts, and let them down by cords into the dungeon to Jeremiah. And Ebed-melech the Black Moor said unto Jeremiah, Put now these old rotten rags and worn under thine armholes between the cords. Jeremiah did so. And they drew up Jeremiah with cords, and took him up out of the dungeon, and Jeremiah remained in the court of the prison. Then Zedekiah the king sent, and took Jeremiah the prophet unto him into the third entry that is in the house of the Lord. And the king said unto Jeremiah, I will ask thee a thing, hide nothing from me. Then Jeremiah said to Zedekiah, If I declare it unto thee, wilt thou not slay me? And if I give thee counsel, thou wilt not hear me. So the king sware secretly unto Jeremiah, saying, As the Lord liveth, that make us these souls, I will not slay thee, nor give thee into the hands of the men that seek thy life. Then said Jeremiah unto Zedekiah, Thus saith the Lord God of the hosts, the God of Israel, If thou wilt go forth unto the king of Babel's princes, then thy soul shall live, and this city shall not be burnt up with fire, and thou shalt live and thine house. But if thou wilt not go forth to the king of Babel's princes, then shall this city be given into the hand of the Chaldeans, and they shall burn it with fire, and thou shalt not escape of their hands. And Zedekiah the king said unto Jeremiah, I am careful for the Jews that are fled unto the Chaldeans, lest they deliver me into their hands, and they mock me. But Jeremiah said, They shall not deliver thee. Hearken unto the voice of the Lord, I beseech thee, which I speak unto thee. So shall it be well unto thee, and thy soul shall live. But if thou wilt refuse to go, this is the word that the Lord has shown me. And behold, all the women that are left in the king's house shall be brought forth to the king of Babel's princes, and those women shall say, Thy friends have persuaded thee, and have prevailed against thee, Thy feet are fastened in the mire, and they are turned back. So they shall bring out all thy wives and thy children to the Chaldeans, and thou shalt not escape out of their hands, but shall be taken by the hand of the king of Babel, and this city shalt thou cause to be burnt with fire. Then Zedekiah said unto Jeremiah, Let no man know of these words, and thou shalt not die. But if the princes understand that I have talked with thee, and they come unto thee, and say unto thee, Declare unto us now what thou hast said unto the king, hide it not from us, and we will not slay thee. Also what the king said unto thee. Then shalt thou say unto them, I humbly besought the king that he would not cause me to return to Jonathan's house to die there. Then came all the princes unto Jeremiah and asked him, and he told them according to all these words that the king had commanded. So they left off speaking with him, for the matter was not perceived. So Jeremiah abode still in the court of the prison until the day that Jerusalem was taken, and he was there when Jerusalem was taken.